Cowboys versus Texas, man. Hey, wow. Hey,
I
talk
don't, I
to
don't
us,
want to
man.
go first. I don't want to go first.
Oh,
I
you know
want
what?
y'all to
I
go
got
first.
you,
Y'all
man. I
go ahead.
got
Yeah,
you.
because I know y'all got a lot to say. I don't
I
got too
got
much to
you.
say about this. A
All
win is
right.
a win.
I got you said something.
No, 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 no. Y'all go ahead.
All right. So look, all the Cowboys overrated, yes. And Tomo, it's because of the media. That's why they overrated. I said it to y'all before. Y'all get boosted up too high and y'all get put down too low. It's never in between. For some reason, they say America is better when the Cowboys are winning. I don't know why, but they say that. All right. So y'all are overrated. And that's why when y'all get these blowout wins, it don't really like see when you get these blowout wins, you gotta look at what happened. When you just wake up, look at the score, you like, oh snap. When you don't watch the game, it don't really tell you the true story. Now the Minnesota game, flawless, give it to you. But if you know who Minnesota is, then you understand, right? And then when you play the Colts, 21-19, look how similar to the Texas game. But then y'all just went on a rampage in the fourth quarter. So, but that Texas game, man, was crazy. All right. I even told y'all I was like, man, the Cowboys still gonna win this game, but I'm just glad that they're not gonna get hyped. The fourth quarter came, it was still close. I'm like, hold up, they might lose this game. Like, all right, let me start watching it closely now. And then when Dak threw that interception in his own territory, oh my gosh, in the flat, that was a flash, right? I was thinking. So they said it was a tip pass, but that was bad. And then, but I will say this, right? I will say this: you did what you had to do. All right. At the end of the day, first of all, Michael Parsons couldn't find this dude. I didn't know if he was playing. I didn't know if he was hurt. I couldn't find him all day. All right. I was looking for him. I was looking at number 11 from heaven up there, but I couldn't see him. So D-Law had to show him how it was done before he got here. So D-Law stepped up. I'll give it to y'all. On that goal line stance, he balled out. He balled out the series before that, matter of fact. So D-Law made that play, even though the Texans played that situation so poorly. Y'all executed on defense and y'all executed on offense. I will give you that because that's why I asked Carl that question because you got to win those type of games. When it's sloppy and ugly, the good teams normally still win. Just like how the Kings beat the bad Pistons team that time. But I don't want to talk about that, Carl. But that's all I'm saying. So good job to y'all. Now, Dak Prescott. I don't know how you feel about Dak Prescott, man, but once again, Kellen Moore keep putting the ball in his hand. He threw the ball like 38 times. Why he's not throwing the ball that much? All right. Now, you might say because that last drive, he threw the ball back to back, but he still, before that drive, was throwing the ball more than y'all ran. All right. So I would say that. And Dak Prescott, I heard this from Ron Clark earlier. Did you know that Dak Prescott leads the league in interceptions since he's been back? Ain't that crazy? Right? Ain't that crazy? So I just want to say that y'all people will always feel comfortable playing y'all because they know y'all gonna give them the ball. Yeah, they know y'all do for at least a turnover. And y'all have three turnovers, could have been four because Dak fumbled, but y'all got it back. So, but good game. Go ahead, David.
Yeah, I didn't watch the game yesterday, but I did watch the highlights. So I don't have too much to say, but y'all should have took care of business early against the Texans. It's the Texans. Like y'all should have handled that. But like you said, a win is a win. You still came out and won the game. Ran the ball 31 times for 127 yards, so as a total, so that's good. Zeke had 15 carries, Paula had 10, so that was good. But I mean, you only for your defense, you only had one quarterback hit, so you only touched the quarterback once the entire game, which is not good. But also, you got to blame the D coordinator because, or blame Skip. Skip has been asking to put Micah on the D line for the entire game, and that's pretty much what happened yesterday, and that's why he wasn't able to get to the quarterback. Micah is best when he's able to move around. You don't want to have him just in one spot, just rushing the passer. He's not a Eric Armstead or Nick Bosa kind of player.
No,
Nick
it's Taylor. I mean,
Bosa, well, Taylor moves around too, so I'm not gonna say that. Um, but you don't put him on just the left end or the right end and expect him to be able to get to the quarterback because they now can chip him. They now can chip him. They can do all of those things, and it's just he's best when you move him around you move him around the football. To you got to guess what he's at. That's when he's at his best.
hey,
Uh,
I don't want to cut you off. Does Nick Bosa get chipped?
of course he does, but it's Nick Bosa.
Oh, my bad. Okay. See, I want to try to take that hard like he just did, Tom. But go ahead.
It's Nick Bosa. But
Of course.
And then I mean Dak, like you said, I didn't know that he'd lead the league in interceptions since he got back. I didn't know that. But
Who could have thought?
he had a QBR of 24 yesterday. That's terrible. That's terrible. I'm sorry.
Oh, it was Kobe.
Kobe on the wrong side, on the wrong stat. But I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess that's why teams don't fear. I know we don't fear y'all. I know for a fact we don't. So just hope that you don't have to come play us in the playoffs. That's all I gotta say.
Tomo had to know. Go ahead, Tomo.
Are you done?
I'm done.
Are y'all done? Are y'all done? Y'all
The
done?
floor is yours.
Almost had a skip.
We're done, son.
To be done, son.
I almost had a skip moment this whole time here. Y'all spew that nonsense, man. What's wrong with y'all? Oh, it's crazy because his whole career, they like, oh, Dak can't take the team down and win. Dak can't do this. Dak gonna throw a pick. Dak known for giving the ball up. It didn't matter. It didn't. He gave the ball up to show y'all that our defense could make that goal line stance. Right after they did that, he said, go ahead, punt the ball, put it on the one. Watch what I do. 40 mil. Watch what I do. One. Down the middle, first pass. Schultz. That was a dot. Another dot. Anthony Brown. Shouldn't even be on the team for real. He been the longest standing cow. He been on the Cowboys longer than the mascot. Clutch pass outside. Get you down to the one. I'm not even gonna lie. All right, I'm having too much fun. I'm lying. This is the real. That game was terrible, y'all. That game was terrible. A win is a win. It was beautiful, but that was terrible. Dak played something about Dak, man. He has his moments like that fourth quarter drive where he'll look good and then he'll have. I want to say I don't want to compare him to Brady because everybody's going to say he's not Tom Brady. He's not a GOAT, but he's Brady. For 3 quarters, he looks like trash, and you'll be like, you got to blame the defense. Fourth quarter comes, he does what he did yesterday, and you're just like, man, that boy Dak, man, he has his moments. As far as us being overrated, it definitely is the media. But however, I don't understand why the media doesn't. They say we're trash, right? Everyone in the media says the Cowboys aren't. You can't trust them. They're too inconsistent. But when we win, they talk about us for 17 hours, and they talk about all the great stuff. And then it's like 2 or 3 people that'll say something crazy, like, well, they barely beat the Texans, or they barely did this. But when you have an Eagles team that barely beat a Colts team, they be like, did you see how great Hurts was on that last drive to win the game? Not that they was losing the entire game, but did you see him on that last drive? You put the team on his back, and he went down there and he won the game. Dak did it. They did everything Joe said. Dak could throw the ball. He had 8 interceptions since he came back. Like, why are you bringing up that? Why you had to bring that up? That's old news. All right. He definitely needs to stop throwing the ball to other people. Just one more thing. Just one more thing I want to say. Just one more thing I definitely want to say. How about them Cowboys? Okay. We got the Jags next week. Ain't nobody worried about the 49ers. Y'all only got a quarterback right now. Purdy did a nice little thing, but nobody's scared of Purdy. We're going to put up 30 on Purdy. Okay.
First of all, you're not putting up 30 against that defense. It's not happening.
Watch.
It's not happening.
Watch.
We could put a wager on that on the show
I
right
don't bet on my team.
Oh, because you know.
already know. But nah, the Cowboys definitely are overrated. But America is great when the Cowboys winning. You want to know why? Because they have nothing else to talk about on TV. They have nothing else to talk about. Look at all your letter networks.
That is true. If they're not talking about the Lakers or the Cowboys or LeBron,
there's nothing else to talk about.
That's true.
I'm sorry. It's plenty to talk about.
It's not. It's not interesting. You want to talk? The Eagles are so good this year that they're boring. They're not even like they're just beating teams. It's not fun.
So let me address what you said about the Eagles, though. I think the reason why they because it's a quarterback play. Now, when the Eagles struggle against the Colts, Hurts didn't struggle. You know.
What you mean?
Well, I would say he did. I'll take that back because in the air they couldn't do nothing for real. He was running for his life in the backfield, and soon Dallas got hurt. They look at a different team. Like Kevin said, I give him props for that. But y'all, man, I don't know, man. You know, and it's Jerry Jones too. Don't blame the media. Blame Jerry Jones.
I mean, that's how he sells the tickets.
Yeah,
Look,
you know,
he's still in the media about the picture. I truly believe that he's not like saying anything about the picture because it's bringing notoriety to him.
True.
He's just like, the more you talk about me, like he's really that person. No press is bad press, which is crazy. You need to say something, Jerry. But the fact that he loves attention that much, you know, I ain't saying nothing else about it. Y'all keep talking about it.
Let's get it.
And nobody won't bring it up till we talked about it. Now every single network want to say something.
You see what I'm saying?
You know, you gotta set the trend. You gotta set the trend.
Facts.
You know, and the Cowboys, I got the Jazz next week. You saw what Trevor Lawrence did last week. Don't sleep on Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence actually lost against the Eagles. It was going toe to toe with the Eagles, but he kept turning the ball over. So don't sleep on Trevor Lawrence. All
watch
right,
the Cowboys put up 40 next week just because of common opponents. I'm not saying they're gonna do it, but watch they do it. Also, go back.
Go ahead.
They also go back and watch the episode before where I told y'all what was gonna happen in this game. I said the Cowboys are gonna make this game close, and the whole world is gonna rag on them and be like, "See, we told y'all." I predicted it.
But like common opponents, though, I mean, Giants, they kind of destroyed the Giants. Packers, y'all went to overtime and lost to the Packers. You know what I mean? The Colts, I give you that. That was a 4-quarter blowout, but it was close in that, you know. And then you got the Texans. Even though the Texans, they run all over the Eagles, they had to lead the whole game for real. They never really were threatened.
You forget some teams.
Common opponents, I don't know if y'all want to do that.
You forgetting the team. We beat the Skins. I mean, we beat the Commanders.
They did too. But
don't
worry.
We beat y'all with a backup.
Don't worry.
With a backup.
You gotta see how you know, we said what?
We beat y'all with a backup. Remember that.
Yeah, you did. Hey, defense looked pretty better with the backup. I'll tell you that. All right.
Your offense look better with the backup.
It does. The team does. Look at the offense. The whole team. Coach and staff looking brilliant and everything. Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all in the next episode.